Hi, Zach.
Hello,
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well. How's everything in there?
It's amazing. I'm chilling. I'm enjoying
Mm-hmm.
hearing people's thoughts on the album. People seem to
Mm-hmm.
love it, so it feels good just being able to chill for a second. Hear
Yeah, they
people
are. They really
watch
love.
work.
They really love your album, actually.
It feels good. It's really, it's really good to hear.
Okay. So, like, you started falling in love with music, as I know, as I read, because of your parents bought you a keyboard. Am I
That's
right?
correct. Yeah, that's
That,
right.
okay. So, do you still remember, like, the first song that you play in front of a lot of people, maybe with that keyboard?
Ooh, I actually don't know whatever happened to that keyboard, but the first the first time, my parents might still have it somewhere at home in their attic,
Mm-hmm.
but the first song I ever sang in front of like a group of people was probably Jar of Hearts by
Oh,
Christina Perry, I think is her
Christina
name.
Perry. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was at the seventh grade talent show.
Wow. Christina Perry for the first song with that keyboard. That's amazing. So did you decide it right away after you got that keyboard that I want to be a musician?
No, not really, actually. I just kind of played it in my spare time and was just like
Uh-huh.
learning random songs just to like as a hobby. And then I really didn't decide that I wanted to be a musician until like
Mm-hmm.
I was in college already and had already like put
Mm.
stuff on Spotify and
Mm-hmm.
like started to kind of do well. And then I was like, oh, I could actually see myself doing this, which is
Okay.
crazy. But yeah.
Wow. Oh, I thought that you started like from very young age. I mean, if you listen to your music, like it didn't sound like you just started and just like, no, I don't really think to be a musician before.
Well, I knew that I wanted to do music, and like
Mm,
I knew I always wanted to like sing and learn instruments.
mm,
I just didn't know that I would be like pursuing it like full time, you know.
mm,
It was more of just like this is so fun. Uh like I just enjoy spending my time on this. But I was like chasing a business degree in college for
mm.
like a minute and then realized like, oh, I could do this like full time and be a musician. But I've always loved it.
That's amazing. And congratulations for the tendency to be a loner, like which is part of your album that released on the 6th of August. So far, like how's the response from your maybe your closest friends or maybe from your fans about the album?
Yeah. It's amazing, actually. I've gotten a ton of really, really nice messages and stuff from people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool. I've been able to have some cool conversations with just random strangers, and a lot of my friends and family shown a lot of love, and it's cool. Like it's honestly like mind blowing, like, because there's just like random people that are fans of the music that are messaging me saying that it's like impacting them in personal
Mm,
ways. That's
mm.
always amazing to hear. So it's been awesome.
So is this the response that you've been wanting for?
Honestly, like I didn't really know what to expect.
Mm,
I it's definitely the response I was hoping for. Yeah, it's honestly like crazier than I imagined. I think like putting out the singles, I was just like overwhelmed with the amount of love that I was getting on the singles like prior to the album.
mm-hmm.
So to put out the rest of the project and people still just be showing a ton of love feels really good. I'm very thankful.
Yes, that's amazing. There are 11 tracks on it, including the interlude. Like from that 11 singles, like do you still remember which one took the longest time to make, or maybe the hardest one?
Yeah, let me think. I think Carpool.
Carpool?
That
Why?
I think Carpool was produced out like four or five different times maybe, because
Wow.
there was just like changes that I wanted made, like because I made that one before the pandemic, like
Mm-hmm.
a long time ago, and so I had time to kind of sit on it for a sec. So whenever I would like revisit it, I'd be like, ooh, I want to change this. So then we would like redo production. I think that happened like four times probably before it got to its final version.
So what made you stop then? I mean, if changing is always something that contagious, like you really want to keep changing things.
Yeah, I think it's easy to get demoitis, which basically is just where you have a demo and you just fall in love with it and you're like scared to move forward. And something that I've like learned to do is like once I have something fully produced out, I like to go back and listen to like the original demo and just make sure that I didn't get like too far away from it or just like add too many elements into it. And so with Carpool, it was one of those where it just felt really strong like at that version. So I was like, yeah, I'm happy with this. Let's put it out.
Finally it's out too.
Yeah.
Okay. So like with this album itself, like what was the hardest challenge for you?
I think the time span of making all the songs was really interesting, you know, because like 4 of them I think I made before the pandemic, and then life just kind of like shut down there for a minute and was just like trapped at home. And there was a span of probably like 2 or 3 months where I really didn't write much and was like kind of uninspired, and then got out of that and started making new stuff, and then like traveling opened back up, and I went back out and made like Dancing in the Kitchen and Stranger to Me. And like the overall experience was awesome. I think the biggest challenge was I had so much time to like sit on songs that it was easy for me to overthink them. Be like, oh, are these actually ready? Or like, are they good enough? I've heard them like 1,000 times. Like, are they still good? So it was just like a constant reminder that the songs would be new to people, although they were like kind of like I'd heard them so many times. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I think that was like the biggest challenge, was just being in love with it.
So have you been in a situation where like people will call it like writer's block? Like you don't know what to write. Like I don't know. I don't want to do this. Like there are times when we're stuck. Maybe like because of the pandemic, maybe because of some other things. Like have you been in that kind of situation?
Yeah, I mean, writer's block is an interesting like concept because I don't know. I definitely went through like an experience like the first like few months of the pandemic and stuff. Whenever I was just kind of stuck at home, I was like, whoa, because I'm so inspired by like seeing new places and being in like new environments and stuff like that. So whenever I couldn't do that, I was like, what do I even write about? I think for me though, I was still writing kind of. It was more so just I didn't feel like the stuff I was writing was like worthy of like putting out or like people hearing, because I was just overthinking it so much. But yeah, I think writer's block is something that can be overcome. Like you can still just like write things. It's just the idea might not be the greatest sometimes, and that's okay.
Yeah,
I think that's okay. What I went through.
And also about this album itself, like you describe it as your introvert traits. Like we can say maybe this is your alone moment when you make this. Like was this like this alone time also one of the things that inspired you a lot to make this album?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because the title track, Tendency to Be a Loner, I made before the pandemic or anything like that. And the song was special to me at that time. But going through what we all went through, that song like became a lot more personal to me. And yeah, I mean, I kind of just went off on a tangent. I honestly don't even remember the original question, but
But yeah, okay, that's amazing. Let's talk about your single Stranger to Me. Tell us a bit about Stranger to Me. I love it so
Thank
much.
You.
That's
Thank
amazing.
You. Yeah, that song was a direct result of like finally being able to travel again. Because it's like the stuff prior to that was kind of like slower paced. And so once I was able to travel and like link up with some buddies, we just wanted something that was upbeat. Yeah. And so Stranger to Me was like the result of that, of just like feeling stuck and like, oh, I just want to make something that's upbeat, even though the message of that song is still like super sad.
Yeah.
It felt good just to like make something that had some like upbeat drums and guitar and stuff in it. I don't know, I just wanted to cheer people up, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of people say it in the comment like, wow, I think Zach is one of the specialists of being a sad boy. What do you think when people saying like that?
I think that's funny. I really like to I think it's cool mixing like upbeat stuff with sad lyrics because it makes people like go back and listen to the song.
Yeah.
Because like first listening to it, you're like, ooh, head bumping, and then you go back and listen to it and you're like, oh man, this is actually like kind of sad.
Yeah.
But I don't mind it. I think it's funny.
You're fine like when people saying like this is because Zach may be a sad boy. Is it something personal with you making a song that always make people like thinking about the lyrics, make people thinking about like, oh my god, this is me, I'm in this kind of situation?
I think that I just really value vulnerability and like being real with my lyrics, and I just want to give people something that they can connect to. So writing about like real life things that are like hard or even sad, I think is important sometimes because it gives people something to cling to, you know?
Yeah. Okay. And by the way, your song, this song Stranger to Me, it's our preview of the week for this whole week. That's amazing.
That is amazing. Thank you. That's awesome.
That's amazing. Which part of this lyric of Stranger to Me that maybe for you it's so personal, or maybe like this is my favorite part and talking maybe the deepest about the song itself?
That's a good question. I gotta remember how the song
You forgot your song. Oh my god.
Nah, it's like, let me think. I think we're running out of things to say. Oh, there's this. Oh, it's the second verse. Why can't I remember it? It's like, I guess I would just say the first lyrics whenever it's like.
Why is it?
That's my go-to. I think it just starts out like pretty strong, so I think it's like personal. Like, I just think the way it starts packs a punch. It's like, I think we're running out of things to say. Walk in the room. You just walk away or whatever. Like, I think it's just a very like, whoa. I think it just catches you, and that's what I wanted. I just intended for those lyrics to like catch you and like make you listen. So, yeah. Okay
then. So like, what do you want to say to our listeners that listen to your song? Maybe they really like your song.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you so much, for real. It's crazy that people listen to me from like the other side of the world. Like, it blows my mind. I want to get out there and see the faces behind the numbers and connect with people. And I look forward to that day whenever I can come out and play for all of y'all. But for now, I'm just really, really appreciative that y'all choose to listen to what I have to say in my music. So, yeah.